I want to welcome everybody and say good afternoon. I'm Jackie Powell, President and CEO for the Dayton Convention and Visitors Bureau, and we're happy that you're able to join us for today's webinar. We appreciate the time that you're taking to do this, and just as importantly, this is a sharing opportunity for all of us. As we're presenting some information to you, we are also going to ask for your feedback and input via a poll today, and certainly ongoing. So just a few housekeeping items. We are sharing a PowerPoint presentation today, and then, as I said, we will be seeking some answers from you on a number of poll questions. So we ask, if you have any questions today, that you submit them in the chat feature on your screen, and then we'll do our best to answer those questions at the end of the webinar. But please feel free to send those continuously throughout the presentation. So I'm pleased now to turn today's presentation over to Kathy Peterson, Director of Digital Marketing and Media Relations, and Bev Rose, Director of Marketing and Strategic Partnerships. So thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much. We're pleased that you're able to join us today, and we do very much value and appreciate your time, so we will strive to keep this meeting to about 45 minutes. We'll share with you today's agenda, and just one second. So we'll be reviewing some of the Convention and Visitors Bureau recent activities. We'll provide you with an update on what the hospitality industry research is telling us, talk a little bit about Ohio's Road to Recovery directives and opening dates, and then discuss next steps in terms of the Convention and Visitors Bureau working with you, our partners. And in order to effectively do that, we really want and need your input. And as Jackie mentioned, we'll be asking a number of poll questions that you'll have an opportunity to respond to. And so we thank you in advance for your participation.
So we'll start by going over some of the things that we have been working on as an organization. And we hope that you've been utilizing our COVID-19 resources webpage located at DaytonCVB.com. It is continually being updated with information from different resources, whether it's the hospitality industry resources from OHLA, USTA, and many other organizations. We also have business resources on there that include SBA loan information and other resources. And we do encourage you to add that link to your website. We've also added numerous landing pages to our website. Again, it's help and hope for our hospitality industry. It is online shopping and other shopping opportunities. It's also looking at virtual tours for our attractions. Many of our attractions are either in the process of opening or they're putting in place some protocols, so we're keeping those pages updated as well. And obviously one of our top goals is to support you and our partners and our local businesses in every way possible. It's been a lot of work behind the scenes. We've been updating and cleaning up our databases, and we've been working a lot on our social media presence, expanding our blogs. We had our first Facebook Live event with Wheat Penny that gave us a behind-the-scenes look at how they make their famous pizza. And then next week, on the 24th at 10 a.m., we'll be doing a Facebook Live with Mike Sells. So I'm excited about that. And we've also continued our monthly e-newsletters and also our weekly briefings.
Well, in addition to all of the expanded information that we've added to our website for you, our partners, as well as all of our constituent audiences, the CVB has remained extremely busy staying in continuous contact with our clients. Our sales and service team has worked very hard in contacting meeting planners along with you, our partners, so that we can reschedule events for future dates when that has been necessary. And fortunately, a lot of folks have elected to postpone versus just canceling right out an event. And even throughout the pandemic, we've been working to issue RFPs, and we've actually been booking business for the future. So that's excellent. We've been very careful based on industry research and just, common sense. We've wanted to be sensitive to all that's going on and how it's a new normal for everyone. So Kathy created 4 what we feel are really wonderful market-specific videos that we've called When the Time is Right, basically saying that we look forward to welcoming groups back when the time is right. We did that for the religious market, for military reunion market, for sports market, and then a general video for national, regional associations, state associations, corporate. And we've sent those out via e-blast to all of our clients and prospective clients, included them in our e-newsletter. They're on our website. If you haven't had an opportunity in one of the weekly briefings that we've sent out to take a look at those, we encourage you to do that. If you'd like to add them to your website, we would welcome your doing that. But we've received some really positive feedback from our customers that they have appreciated us keeping in contact in that way, and that they look forward to returning to meeting in our community as well as others.
So we mentioned our weekly email briefings, and we've been happy to share those with you so that we can communicate with you different updates and different resources that we can share with you, our partners. We've also hosted webinars just like this one today, which we appreciate you attending. But our first one was with OTA, and then we had one also with Public Health Dayton and Montgomery County, and both of those are available on our website on the COVID-19 resources page. We have also been very busy spearheading advocacy for the travel industry and local hospitality community as we, work very hard to sustain and bring business to our community.
So moving on to our next topic, what is the industry research telling us? The CVB's worked very hard to track a lot of industry resources, and that's ranged from U.S. Travel Association to Skift, Destination Analyst, Harris Poll, Meeting News, and one of our great partners has been Longwoods International. They have provided free of charge a weekly American Traveler Sentiment Study, which has been very interesting to watch. We've sent that out to you on a weekly basis. It's been a part of our newsletters as well. And most of the information from all of these resources is available on our website in our COVID-19 resource section. But it's really helped us track the sentiment of visitor travelers across the nation.
So we'll give you a brief overview of what the industry research is telling us. And, every single person on this call knows how hard the hospitality, the tourism industries have been hit during this time. But one thing that we do know is that there is a lot of pent-up demand. You've probably heard it as well in the different resources we're sending out that, leisure travel will rebound first. Folks will stay local, visiting family and friends in their own local communities, and then they'll venture out, from maybe a drive vacation within 200 miles from home. Outdoor activities obviously have been very popular and still are because of social distancing. It's the easiest way for individuals to, feel like they're getting outside and engaging in different activities. I've also learned that the Centers for Disease Control is seen as the most reliable source for health safety information. And we've seen that even over state and local health departments. One of the other things we found is that millennials, because they are, seen as less vulnerable to COVID-19, and because they're generally more risk adverse, they'll be the first to travel.
It's great to have this industry research data, and then we can overlay it with what's happening within our own state and Governor DeWine's responsible restart program and directives. I'm sure all of you, just as we have been, are watching and keeping abreast of what is opening. We started out on May 15th with restaurant outdoor patios opening, and we've evolved from that to catering and banquet halls being permitted to host groups of up to 300 people with social distancing protocols in place. There was a major announcement for openings on June 10th of everything ranging from attractions and museums to art galleries and indoor sports facilities. And the most recent announcement last week was for casinos, amusement parks, and water parks to open on the 19th, later this week. And I encourage all of you to go to the coronavirusohio.gov website if you have any questions about what different business sectors are opening when. And that website will also provide you with information on the protocol for each of those business categories as they begin to open up. We all recognize that because a date has been established doesn't necessarily mean that all restaurants are opening on that date or all the attractions are up and operating. It's very case sensitive and depends obviously on each of our hospitality partners working through their own protocols, employee staffing, having signage, having everything in place in order to be open, to reopen. And the CVB is striving to provide all of that information on our website so that we can keep our potential visitors and our local residents informed of what is opening when, and so that we can promote each of you and drive business to your particular organization.
So much like you, we have been attending webinars online. We have been going through the data and the research so that we can create some next steps and some strategies for leisure travel focused campaigns that will help drive the recovery in our community. So what we're looking to do is to first target, obviously, the local greater Dayton community, and then the leisure drive audience within a 200-mile radius of Dayton. One of the goals of this campaign is to collectively promote you, our partners, and what you might be able to offer. To maximize the impact of the leisure campaign, we've seen what the sentiment is from the national research and data, but we really wanted to drill down to see what locals are thinking and feeling. So on Monday, we launched a local travel and tourism sentiment survey so we can gather some of that local data that will help us guide our marketing strategies.
Our survey is something we built out on SurveyMonkey, a platform we know that most of you are familiar with, and we're really pleased to be able to partner with both local media and community partners to push that out to as many local folks as possible. As Kathy mentioned, we launched the survey on Monday. It will be up for 2 weeks through June 29th, and we're working with Dayton Daily News, DaytonLocal.com, Dayton.com, Dayton Most Metro, our community partners, everything from Greater Dayton Chamber of Commerce to South Metro and area chambers of commerce, Dayton Development Coalition, Downtown Dayton Partnership. All of these folks will help us reach a larger audience beyond just our website and our social media outlets. We did just launch the survey on Monday, and we already have about 125 responses. So we're pleased that we're on our way to hopefully gathering a lot of great, helpful local information. And what's so important about this is because the research has told us that the local community is going to be the first to get out and travel, responses from the local community in terms of, are they ready to come visit attractions? Are they ready to stay at a hotel? What would motivate them to do this? Those kind of responses are going to help us fine-tune the messaging and the campaign elements of our local leisure campaign so that we can draw business to each of you. And we encourage each of you to do the survey yourself. You have a fabulous opportunity to go into a drawing for a $50 Visa gift card. And if you would like to post the survey on any of your own websites or social media outlets, just contact Kathy or myself, and we'll be sure to get you graphics and links so that you can do that.
So in the meantime, we have been working on really messaging for a leisure campaign. So we are focusing on take a daycation. You know, as we look at whether it's our local community or it is that drive market, the tagline is, you know, it's be a tourist in your own backyard, plan your daycation. The logo itself is versatile, that, you know, if you choose to use it, we can adjust the lenses in the glasses to feature photos of your properties, attractions, and we're happy to do that to help you use that tagline as well.
So we're now entering our first poll for today, and we appreciate very much your feedback on this. Our first question is, would you see your business utilizing the Plan Your Daycation logo in your own promotion, so beyond what the CVB would do? And if you want to take a moment to respond to that, that would be great. Give folks a chance to respond here. Okay, and we'll end the polling and share the results. So this is good. It looks like people are interested or possibly interested, and we can share more information on the details of the daycation package as we get responses from each of you and then work with you individually. So we appreciate that. And then we'll go on to our next poll question, which is whether or not your hotel, attraction, venue, organization would be interested in providing a discount or special offer for the Dayton Daycation campaign to help drive business to you and to our local community. And it's important to note, we're looking at a time parameter of July to September. So not a lengthy time period, just a time period to really ramp up and get people re-engaged with the community. Looks like we still have some responses coming in. We'll give it a little bit more time. Okay, we'll end that polling and share the results. So it looks like some folks, are unable to provide special deals, which, we completely understand given the circumstances, but that overall, folks are interested or possibly interested in considering some special offers and incentives. So We did send her the month requesting what types of deals folks would be able to provide, and we'll be following up with each of you so we can expand on that.
Yeah, I also want to take a moment to recognize Elizabeth with NAHA and the boarding pass that's currently available for the aviation sites on the National Aviation Heritage Area. We're promoting that through social media. So that's the type of things, whether it's a discount to a gift shop, things like that, that we're talking about. So our next poll question, now this is for attractions, museums, and indoor venue partners participating today. And our question is, would you be willing to offer discounts on annual membership purchases for a daycation campaign? And again, this would be for a limited period of time, for example, July to September. And response is yes, no, maybe, and we're not a membership organization.
We'll close out that poll.
All right, it looks like the majority of our folks on the call are not membership organizations, and then we're split between the other responses. So thank you for taking part in that. Our next question, would you be willing to offer discounts on admission tickets for a daycation campaign? Again, during a limited period of time, for example, July through September. And the response is yes, no, maybe, or we are a free site.
Okay, we'll close out the poll there. Share the results.
All right. And it looks like the majority of our attractions on the phone are free site, and then split between yes and maybe. I want to thank Bev for doing such a great job controlling the poll. We did a lot of practice with this.
Thank you to each of you for responding. We appreciate it. So we have a few more questions. We'll move on to our poll question number 5. For our attraction, museum, and indoor venue partners who are participating today, would you be willing to offer discounts to your gift shop for a daycation campaign? Again, looking at a limited time period, guesstimating right now July through September. Okay, responses still coming in. Okay, we'll end that polling and share the results. So it looks as though a number of the folks on the call today don't have a gift shop, but for those that do, a greater percentage would be willing to consider or look at offering discounts. And this, again, would be the type of thing that we could make part of the daycation leisure package that could be promoted digitally on our website, and we'll talk about our visit app coming up a little bit down the road. And then our next question, number 6, is for our attraction, museum, indoor venue partners participating, would you be willing to offer discounts on food and beverage purchases for a daycation campaign? Again, looking at the limited time period of July through September. And we'll end the polling and share those results. So a majority of the indoor venues do not offer food and beverage, and it looks about split between half of those that do would not be able to offer discounts on F&B, but the other half either would or would consider it. So good information to have. Thank you very much.
And we just have one more question for you. So this is for our hotels participating today. Would you be willing to provide special offers, be it discounts, free upgrades, hotel points, kids stay free, gift certificates, free or discounted food as a part of a Dayton CVB vacation campaign? Again, just for a limited time. Yes, no, or maybe.
Give it just a second here more, and we'll end the polling.
And we're just about split between yes and maybe. So thank you so much for your feedback. We really do appreciate it, and it helps us as we plan into the future.
So all of your information combined with the local travel sentiment study will help us develop the Take a Daycation leisure travel package. In terms of how are we going to promote that and push that out to the local community and that drive mile radius within 200 miles that we had talked about research showing us was key, we'll be utilizing a variety of marketing channels. So we'll be using PR, sending out press releases, news stories to different media outlets, in particular looking at some of those community newspapers that are looking for content, and also are the newspapers that folks really tend to read. Of course, on our website, via our social media outlets and newsletter, we'll work with each of you as partners to help us cross-promote. The more voices, the merrier, and the more folks that the message gets to. And then the Convention and Visitors Bureau will be putting marketing dollars behind this. We'll be doing digital advertising, specifically with geo-targeting within those areas that we talked about locally and within 200 miles to push this message and these offerings out. And we'll also simultaneously be launching our new Visit Dayton app that we're really excited about bringing to you. Obviously, it's a free app, and it'll be a great opportunity for folks within the community and folks visiting the community to easily gather information on the community straight from their smartphones or laptops or mobile devices, to see what part of our Daycation package, as well as all of the information on what our community has to offer. And again, the redemption will be online, so we're not selling a passport for the Daycation. We're not printing out something. It's just they can learn about it online and then go to that particular establishment and show their smartphone to take advantage of these offerings.
Yeah, I want to acknowledge too in the chat from Tracy from Boonshoft and from Sunwatch. Thank you, Tracy. You bring up such a great point that so many of the indoor venues and the museums are limited on capacity that they can accommodate, and that makes it a challenge to offer discounts because it decreases revenues. So that's something that we can definitely consider as we're formulating the Daycation. So thank you, Tracy. I really appreciate that. So here's what we're going to be doing as we move toward recovery. Again, we're going to look at the local travel sentiment survey results and tailor the Daycation campaign based on those results. Working with our hospitality partners, we'll be bothering you again, looking for offerings if you are able. Looking at our campaign promotion placements and promoting our partners' special offerings to visitors. And we will keep you informed, obviously, on the survey results, and then as we really put the campaign in place. and have more details for that.
And the Convention and Visitors Bureau wants to assure you that we are definitely committed to and heavily invested resource and time-wise in our group and event business recovery as well. We were just kind of going through the Daycation program as a leisure business recovery plan, but we're very diligently working on group and event recovery business as well. Been very diligent about staying in continuous contact with our current and prospective meeting planner clients. As we had mentioned, we've shared the Dayton is eager to welcome you back when the time is right videos. We will also be creating and distributing welcome back messaging videos to our meeting planners. So we're hard at work with the group and event business.
And, you know, we as Beth mentioned, we want to assure you that we are, you know, our talented sales team, you know, is placing a tremendous amount of focus on group and convention and event business. You know, that is what we do, and it benefits all of us. You know, it's been continuous communication with the meeting planners, with our sales team. We, you know, as an organization, we're going to continue to attend virtual trade shows as they begin to open up in the fall, and we'll continue to advertise in appropriate meeting planner industry publications, websites, and so on.
We're also placing a special emphasis right now based on Ohio's mandate of a maximum of 300 attendees meeting on groups that have that sweet spot of 300 or fewer attendees. The sales staff's working very diligently on calling information from our CRM database and contacting those individuals to see if those can be the first ones to get on the books and coming back into the community. And we have done industry research on the group side as well as the leisure side, and are uncovering that what's really important to meeting planners as we evolve into this recovery phase is that they don't feel vulnerable if they're booking events. And some of the ways that they have shared that they don't feel vulnerable is if contracts can be much more lenient in terms of cancellation policies, or if they can incorporate zero attrition policies, if meeting facilities and hotels can provide special deals or incentives to help encourage the booking of events, particularly when we're looking at, you know, in the year of 2024, the year of 2020, or the first quarter of 2021, things that will make them feel less vulnerable about booking.
Okay, so sorry, we did multiple questions for you. Sorry about that. So it looks like it's stuck on the little plane. That's okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Hold it up. And the plane comes back. Thank you for your patience. Sorry about that, operator error.
Okay, so these are the last two poll questions, and I promise you that. So which of the following special offers or incentives might you be willing to provide? So, and this is for our hotel partners: zero attrition policy for groups that book and actualize now through Q1 of 21, double hotel points for meeting planners, upgrades to suites and or additional meeting rooms at no charge, special discounted rates, free meeting space with lower than normal F&B spend, or sleeping room utilization, or other. So we'll give it a little bit, let our hoteliers take part in the survey. All right, so it, you know, it's broad, you know, as far as what individuals' properties, you know, can actually provide. So we'll be following up with you in the days and weeks to come. And then we have one more for our meeting venues that also focuses on special offers or incentives that you might be willing to provide. waive cancellation fees for groups booked now, Q1 21, free meeting space with lower than normal F&B purchase, free AV services, discounted F&B, and other. All right, so it looks like, waiving cancellation fees and other are our responses. So that, yes, thank you again for your feedback. And that is all for the poll question.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, the CVB did send out, it came out from Crystal Walker, our Director of Sales and Services, a request for anything that our hospitality partners might, at this point in time, be willing to offer for leisure or group business. So we will continue to collect that information so that we can promote it to all of our target audiences. We appreciate that very much. And we'll be doing that through, digital advertising and e-blast and our website and different appropriate advertising venues so that we can promote the great offerings that Dayton has to offer.
All right. So finally, we want to thank you again for your participation today. Just to wrap things up, and we are going to be under the 45-minute mark, but we will leave some time for questions. We really appreciate your partnership with us. We appreciate you being here today for the Zoom meeting. We strive to share, your good information, your good news from your properties, your attractions. So moving forward, we're just all working together on the road to recovery, and most importantly with your input, because we've never been through this before. Our next steps as we work to launch the Daycation Leisure Campaign and focus group business initiatives. We appreciate your support, and we just want you to know that we are here for you. So we'd love to field any questions you might have at this time. You can go to a little chat feature here on the Zoom, or you can always send us an email too.
Okay, it looks like maybe a lot of information for you to digest and no current questions, but please feel free to reach out to us via email or our phone with any follow-up questions, and we will be reaching out to each of you to fine-tune some answers. Oh, good. Here we have a question.
Hello, Peter. That would actually be me. But you can follow up with Bev or me, and I'll put my email address in there. So yes, I'm happy to answer any questions or work with you on the logo.
And then we have a couple of private questions, but I do want to share in response to this that today's presentation will be available on our website and on our YouTube channel, and we'll be emailing a link to each of you following the meeting later this week. So if you want to share it with any folks within your organization that perhaps were unable to attend today's session, you can do that. And of course, we'll be in communication with each of you as well. Any other questions?
I just want to thank Kathy and Bev for their work on the presentation today, and all of the rest of the team that is working hard to help us all through the recovery process, if you will. Certainly, we welcome any communication from you. You should all have my email, but I'm going to give it to you. It's jypowell@Dayton, cvb.net. And certainly reach out to us. Please let me know if there are any questions, concerns, anything you want to share with us as we're making our plans to move forward with our marketing campaigns, or any other questions. So thank you all very much for participating today.